Welcome back to the Pearl Report. These unmanned aerial vehicles are developing so rapidly that regulations in many places, including Hong Kong, can't keep up. Officials here having ruled out new laws to ensure safety and protect privacy.
Here you go. This is my storage container for the models. Now you can see it's about 10 something. My hobby is radio controlled models. 35 something years.
Alex Yao belongs to a group of hobbyists of remote controlled craft, the Hong Kong Model Engineering Club.
Normally they are cruising at about 200 miles per hour.
Have you ever experienced your planes crashing?
Always. Always. If you are lucky enough, then you can repair it. Otherwise, you have to buy a new one.
Alex can only fly his toys at the club's 25,000 square meter airfield in Yuen Long. Weight is restricted to 20 kilos and flying height to 300 feet. The club has 200 members.
Hi.
A veteran member, Siu has been flying remote-controlled aircraft for 2 decades.
I have about 10 aircraft.
He started accumulating rotary UAVs 4 years ago.
They're fun. They're also simple. No need for much equipment to film images from the sky.
Siu plans to turn his hobby into a business, providing security and surveillance for private property.
How to fly within a square, like drawing a diagram. You can automatically set the height also.
Siu can program the drone to follow a flight path. The UAV can then be deployed to sweep any property anytime.
For instance, a housing estate covering 30,000 square feet would basically have CCTV. If you need someone to patrol every 2 hours, you may lack the manpower to do it. We can fly one of these drones to see if any intruder has entered. For instance, if someone is hiding on the rooftop.
A form of deterrence to would-be intruders, drones, watching and recording.
Depends on how big the place is. Below $50,000 is enough.
That's for a one-off contract to provide 1 drone plus training to fly the UAV, a commercial deal which requires a flying permit from CAD.
What we are doing now is to consider it case by case to make sure the time, the location, and the level it's flying is safe for people or properties in the area.
But Hong Kong has no licensing system to certify if people operating UAVs for commercial use are competent to fly.
At the moment, anyone can apply for a permit from the Civil Aviation Department to do commercial aerial work. I have to land. My time's up. I have a permit from the UK Civil Aviation Authority to do aerial work in the UK.
Jeffrey got his permit last March after completing a 2-day certification course recognized by the British government.
We are tested on navigation, how to read weather charts, air safety, it's where you are permitted to fly, where you are not permitted to fly without permission. You are tested on not only just flying the unmanned aircraft, but you are tested on safety operations. My drone is insured for $10 million against a third-party accident.
The challenge for the regulator is this is a fast-evolving industry. There's lots and lots of new operators coming on board all the time. Many of them are not professional. They do not have insurance. They do not have the necessary experience. They do not have the latest technology.
A CAD spokesman says there is no licensing system for UAV pilots in Hong Kong at this moment, but CAD has specific requirements in regulating UAV operations in Hong Kong.
We have to look at every case, whether it is safe to operate that drone, whether the drone is certified by the manufacturer to a certain safety standard, the time of the operation, the airspace, whether the area you want to operate has other aircraft flying through, like helicopters, light aircraft.
It's a wind speed gauge. If the wind is higher than, for us, 20 kilometers an hour, we generally say we will not fly. We do have insurance, we have qualified staff. I'd be in favour of more regulations if there's a way in which that professional operators can be recognised by the CAD.
Such as a requirement for pilots to be certified competent to fly UAVs for commercial use, and for flight application to be processed faster than the 1 month it now takes CAD to approve it.
Our own clients very, very rarely give us 28 days notice before a job. Particularly for movies, they might give us 2 days notice.
Aviation officials do not rule out passing a new law in future.
The International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO in short, is still producing guidelines for drones or unmanned vehicles. If we got any guideline, then we'll follow it and consider local legislations.
Aviation regulations for UAVs worldwide have failed to catch up with their rapid development and deployment for commercial use, especially in the United States.
We were doing a video shoot in the University of Virginia, and we were selling this footage commercially. And in the US, commercial use of flying wings or drones is not allowed.
Rafael Perker, an Austrian, was fined $10,000 last year, the first UAV pilot in the world to do so.
The charge is reckless endangerment with an aircraft. Definitely in the United States, it's hindering a several billion-dollar industry. By just not permitting it, they say that it's outright not allowed until they come up with regulations.
The U.S. Federal Aviation Authority is now drafting new regulations governing commercial UAVs to be phased in by next year.
The regulations in Hong Kong are actually very reasonable. Hong Kong is very progressive.
At his workshop in Kwun Tong, Rafael makes UAVs and parts like wings and frames.
Most of the stuff is produced in Shenzhen, so a lot of the companies are actually setting foot here in Hong Kong, be it manufacturing or distribution or just wholesale. So I think it's a very fast and very growing market.
We get this drone here, right?
Patrick Kosio from Germany is the co-founder of a Hong Kong-based startup in a budding UAV industry sprouting in the city.
We get this new battery technology that's almost out there. We can have much longer battery life.
Patrick and his team made cameras for UAVs.
Camera module here, like in an enclosed box, with interchangeable lenses. So the box is very light, it's 129 grams.
Patrick. Sorry? See, this is lead.
Ah, okay.
Jeffrey Yim is one of Patrick's clients. The camera system does more than film this field in Yuen Long. It transmits the video to a computer in Sheung live in real time, or anywhere in the world where there's mobile phone networks.
If you open up the box and you can put a SIM card in here, we get the best results on good 4G networks. And Hong Kong's perfect for that. There's like so many network carriers that have really good coverage in Hong Kong.
UAVs can film, fly on autopilot, and transmit footage live in real time, a technology now causing concern over an issue far more sensitive than safety.
A lot of privacy risks, and we have to be very careful. Paparazzi activities, people are spying on celebrities and taking photographs without the knowledge of the persons affected. That could be a contravention under the law.
The Privacy Commissioner wants a condition to be added to any flying permits for UAVs, regardless of their weight.
By requiring, that the operator actually spells out clearly to the regulator what sort of data that they are collecting, and what use would the data be put to use, and whether that will be further used by other third parties, and how long the data will be kept.
The industry itself is terrified of over-regulation, because over-regulation is going to stifle creativity, which is going to stifle the products, and it's really going to stunt the technology.
UAVs are still rapidly evolving. Experts say they'll soon be equipped with various sensors that could lead to many applications. One of them is search and rescue during a fire in a tall building.
We can put the infrared camera to check up whether it's a live body or dead body. The infrared camera can easily detect a different temperature for the body. They also give it some contour. Then you can identify this kind of a body, it's a body or a machine.
Say, for example, you go hiking somewhere that are extremely inaccessible by anything but a boat or a helicopter. If someone is in need there, it's rather easy for a drone to drop off a medipack or something.
I see a lot of applications for power line inspection, construction, real estate, so the possibilities are really endless.
Well, thank you for watching our show. It will be re-aired on Tuesday and Saturday, as well as on tvbeat.com. Until next time, from the Pearl Report team, good night, good luck, and good health.